So I came to Bay Pres about 20 years ago. I was looking for some place that would help me raise my son in faith, and I was looking for a place of hope.
During our transition in 2023, we took a survey. When the results came back, the message was clear. We need to pray.
Several weeks later, I was out for a walk with one of our elders, and I asked if the church was organizing anything church-wide for prayer, and they said that they didn't think so. And so as I was walking home, God was like, guess what you're going to do? I tried to argue. I was like, Lord, I don't lead prayer. I don't pray out loud like that with people.
But like Moses, when he had doubt, God didn't remove the call. He just made a way. So we started small, just 3 of us sitting on the floor in front of the sanctuary, praying for our church.
Eventually that group grew to more people than I would have ever thought would show up. I never overcame the fear of leading that time or that group. But when God sent Aaron to help Moses, he directed me to scripture, and then he would lead me to write. And so those writings would become what we would pray.
It was a pretty surreal experience, but it also became a very sweet time because I knew it was the Lord, not me. And it happened week after week for like 2 years.
One of the things that influenced my growth in prayer was the influences around me, people around me. Libby Peterson and Lynn Van Straten, they both believed that God really does answer prayer and that he would answer in his time. It took me a really long time to believe that, but I also really appreciated that they modeled it for me. I knew they were consistently praying for me and my boys. There was a lot of hard years.
Remember the story of the Israelites fighting the Amalekites and Aaron and Hur hold up Moses' arms, and as long as they held him up, the Israelites would win in the war with the Amalekites? It was knowing that Libby and Lynn were praying, holding me up, actually believing that God would answer, that kept me in the battle.
I can honestly say that without the community that God has surrounded me with, I wouldn't be here today. Things would be drastically different. But what I've learned from this community is that God often intervenes and provides and meets us personally. And a lot of times I think if we recall how God has answered our prayers when he has done things for us, it makes it easier to believe that he will do something again tomorrow or the next day. A number of years ago, God gave me a promise. He said that there was one chapter of my life that had been wasted by some choices I had made, and then there was another chapter that was stolen by circumstances, but that this next chapter would be his. I don't know what that looks like yet, but I know God is working.